Welcome back to Total Domination. All right, we're up to part 5 here, Total Domination. But before I talk about Total Domination and all of these parts I'm going to go through, Total Domination leads to what is called Omnipresence. All right, I do a complete training on this as well. This is my Omnipresence Framework. And I'm just going to really quickly, before we move into here, touch on some of these elements. So you'll notice in my Omnipresence Framework, I've got over here a seminar or a webinar or a workshop. We've already spoken about this in this series of videos. Have content that you deliver on stage be a keynote. Make sure that that leads into or drives people to your practice website. The practice website houses your blogs, hosts your podcast, and in here it holds the content of the blogs, a pillar post, multiple supportive posts, and even videos that you deliver around the topic areas. And again, I have other content that also talks about or programs that talk about producing a content plan. This part alone here has its own training, so reach out if you need more information. Then you repurpose that content into an e-magazine or into some diversified content such as an interview or a Q&A or a product description. You know, you're producing massive content. You're all everywhere and you're all things to all people. You put it on your Facebook, you put it on your YouTube, it's on Instagram or your Twitter. It leads to a ClickFunnels list building process. That's what I do with the 30-day challenges. They're in a ClickFunnels account, so people get to see these great videos, they sign up for it, and it's drip fed to them over a total process. So it leads, to them coming in for a consultation because I'm giving value to the outside community. And then again, it comes back into further videos or the membership site. It can link into your LinkedIn profile, but omnipresence means being everywhere on all of these platforms where your people see you. So you can see I started off just little by little by little by little. That remains a true process, and we're not going to build omnipresence into this whole conversation, but I want you to know Total Domination, this next part of this program, starts the idea and thought of being omnipresent, being all present with your audience. Total Domination down here though is this entire blueprint down here. And so today we're going to talk about the business model. It is an imperative that you have a clear business model if you want to have total domination. Saying that I want to have a rockstar chiropractic practice, see heaps of people, change many lives, that's a profound vision. It's a great mission to have. It's not a business model. The question I'm going to ask you is, what is your business model? Okay, so a business model isn't, as I said, wanting to change and save the world. That's the vision. A business model is how you are going to operate a vision that you have, monetize that to have the maximum impact. In fact, this is a model. The Total Domination model is a business model. It starts, for example, saying, I'm going to write a book, I'm going to speak, I'm going to have an in-house care program, I'm going to have back-end products, and then I am going to put that out there in an omnipresent way throughout my entire community. So while I'm not going to answer the question of what is your business model, that's something I do when I work with people to design all of these elements into their practice. But I want you to reflect and think about, what's your model going to be? Do you want to write a book, make a bestseller? The purpose of the book though isn't to make money from the book. It's about an attraction tool, an authority tool, a communication tool. It then becomes a framework for putting together your presentation. If you've written a book, it's so easy to do a seminar on your book. Okay, so work out what your model is going to be. Is it going to be book-based? Is it going to be seminar-based? Is it going to be blog-based or podcast-based? And then, how are you going to outreach more effectively with that? How are you going to get eyes on page, bums on seat? So you need to design that process. You need to have a clear model for how you're going to use all of the information we're sharing right now to structure it in a way to outreach more effectively, to compellingly communicate to audiences who massively get attracted to your practice because of the message you share, and how that's then going to lead to not only attraction, but conversion and then retention, and that the care program you deliver makes perfect sense to produce outcomes that they want. So, model. Sit down and reflect on everything you've already experienced in this series of training videos. Watch the other ones if you haven't already watched them so you can get a clearer understanding about what I'm speaking about, and then say, what is my model going to be? What is the blueprint that I'm going to use for incredible success? And then start to build all of the framework of those elements into your daily activities. That model will allow you to outreach And I do want to say right now before we finish up, this is not a quick fix. This is not a overnight success process. There's going to be hard yards. This is a design process for total domination, yes. Massive impact without doubt. But of your own personal professional growth, serving our communities, impacting the health and lives of patients in our practices, it's got to come from here. When it comes from here, total domination is a service to our communities. We're not talking about ruling with domination. The domination is, our message is in the front and of the people coming into our practices or wanting to come into our practices. Instead of them going to their doctor or a GP or a physiotherapist, they're thinking about us because we're showing them the pathway, the solution, and giving them an opportunity. That's why domination is important, and that's why this overarching process and having a clear model is so important. So your homework, write the model. Once you've done that, I'll see you on the next video.